woman of substance. The third series of BBC2's Versailles is the most exciting yet. But the most intriguing storyline of the show, which tells the story of son King Louis XIV of France, played by George Blagden, has been Louis' relationship with Madame de Maintenon, Catherine Walker, the woman who, last series, was employed as governess to his children and who has quietly become his right-hand woman. It came as a shock to his former mistress Madame de Montespan, Anna Brewster. However, the affair of the poisons, the murder scandal involving members of the aristocracy, was to be her undoing, with pious Maintenon gaining the king's favor. This series, she has slowly gained his ear, too, and has begun to exert her influence. Last week, though, we saw their relationship flounder. God-fearing Maintenon continued to resist the king's advances, unwilling to consummate their relationship while the queen is still alive. And with her colorful past once again the talk of the salons, Louis' hot temper flared and she fled the palace of Versailles to a convent. This week, we see the king steadily begin to fall apart, as he makes rash decisions without Maintenon's steadying hand. She has absolutely become the strength behind Louis, explains Dublin-born actress Catherine Walker, 43. She was an extraordinary woman, she came from nothing to be the most powerful woman in France. For Louis, it's all become about absolute rule, and Maintenon is a believer in the divine right of kings. She believes that he is next to God, and that's what really pushes him forward. He's very much inspired by her belief in her Catholic faith. She's also intelligent, she understands politics and the correct way for him to proceed and use his power. Without her, he is lost. At the convent, Maintenon, too, is unhappy at her separation from Louis. She dedicates herself to prayer, but when questioned by the Mother Superior about what she really wants, whether she can live her life shut off from the world and from Louis, she realizes that she wants more. She's gone down a road that she can't go back from. That's what the Mother Superior can see within her. When she arrives back at the convent, she can't return to living the life that she did. Her entire focus is Louis, observes Catherine. He is the love of her life and they had an extraordinary bond. It's very much a love story. Equally, she is zealot-like in her belief that this is what God has put her on earth to do, to help Louis fulfill his destiny as a great ruler. Maintenon's absence from the palace appears to be a temporary one, as Catherine reveals that there are plenty of challenges for her and Louis to face together. When she returns to his side, Maintenon will be as unpopular as ever among Louis' family and friends. She will clear everybody out of Louis' path, anyone that comes up against him, and will advise him on a radical course of action to deal with the uprising poor of Paris. Because of her belief of his absolute power and that he is a direct descendant of God, she has to follow that to the extreme. And there are bloody repercussions. Her belief in Catholicism will have far-reaching effects on the people of Paris, she reveals. In this week's episode, Louis' rash thinking has disastrous consequences for those at court, while his wife Queen Marie-Thérèse, played by Elisa Leoski, is fearful that her treachery will be exposed. Catherine says that the many twists and turns made the series a joy to film. She believes the final episode will not disappoint fans. Series 3 ties up all of the stories and the entire journey, and it's a very climactic ending.